Hey guys, it's Klandestine again, and I'm here to show you my PvE skill build tutorial video for my Blacksmith. If you have questions, just comment down below and I'll get back to you. First, let's discuss stat point allocation. So, I've just placed everything on strength. As you can see, everything is on strength, and if you're wondering how come I have points in agility and vitality and dex, it's because some of the titles give you these things. They give you bonus stats, so I got it from that. Also from shine points, if you click on wardrobe, you get different stats as well. And some of my enchantments are wit and strength, as shown here. So that's why I have some points on my other stat points. This is a pure strength build of my Blacksmith, and if you are also wondering how come I'm not gonna put anything on dex, it's because dex gives you increased ranged physical attack, haste, and hit. So as much as it's popular for other people to put points on dex for additional haste, I don't like to do it. Why? Because this stat point gives you three stats: ranged physical attack, haste, and hit, as I mentioned earlier, and I don't need ranged physical attack for my character. This stat is usually better off used for archers. So if I want to increase my haste, I'm gonna do it by enchanting haste on my accessories, as shown here, which I've done in Morok map. And I'm gonna get it from my weapon, which has haste. So that's where I'm gonna get my haste. Now let's go to skill build. I'm gonna base this whole tutorial based of what my mentor, who is also my guildmate, Cold. Some of you guys already know him from my previous videos. So he basically taught me how to be a blacksmith. So he told me to create 3 loadouts. The first loadout is your discount loadout, and this is what you're gonna be using when you're doing your COC quest missions, your guild order missions, anything that requires you to buy anything from an NPC. So the most important thing here is just to max discount. So you get a 20% discount when purchasing items from the NPC shops, and overcharge, so that when you sell, you can charge people more, or you can maximize your earnings when you sell items to the NPC or to COC. Also, the other important skill here is vending. So it's for when you open your shop. As you can see here, you just have to input a shop name, and then you can pretty much sell these Zenny items. Let me just clean this. Alright, so that's the first loadout. The next loadout that I'm going to discuss is what you're probably all looking for, is the PvE loadout. So let's start with that. I have placed 7 skill points to my Midas Touch, which is my favorite grinding skill, because this lets you earn more Zenny as the level goes up. Now I have only placed it at 7 because it's very important that when you are a skill type user, you have to make sure that your variable cooldown is always equal to 0 and you're only left with fixed cooldown for unlimited skill casting. So that's 7. If you can see, I've not put anything on Mammonite because I'm not a fan of this skill. I don't want to I don't want to spend Zenny when I'm farming mobs or when I'm running instances or endless towers, so I didn't put any skill point on Mammonite. Also, I just put 1 for push cart for now, just so I can use my cart, and I've placed 10 points on cart revolution because at level 10 I can already use it. My variable cooldown is equal to 0. I've also maxed Crazy Uproar, which is another of my favorite skill. Next, Overthrust, 10 points again. Now this gives you a 20% attack buff, and everyone in your party a 10% attack buff. So this is very important. So if you can see my stats now, I have a raw physical attack of 5.9k, but if I use Crazy Uproar, my attack now goes up to 6.7k. I've also maxed Weaponry Research. This will increase your attack. Now, as you can see, the damage modifier of this particular passive skill is Strength, and this is the reason why I've allocated all my skill points to Strength. Another reason is when you become a Master Smith, there is a skill called Zenny Storm, and the damage modifier here is attack and also strength. So the higher your strength is, the higher attack is basically. So if you were to focus on Pantera enchants, I suggest that you go with pure strength enchants from Pantera, or you can mix it up like what I'm planning for. I'm planning for like all Vit enchants on one armor and all strength enchants on my other armor. Next, I put 1 in cart hurl just for mobility inside instances, and I've placed 5 points on Adrenaline Rush so I could activate Weapon Perfection. Now, this is important because when you're running instances, it ignores the size modifier. So, as you know, if you check your weapon and go all the way down, it says that we only deal 75% physical damage to medium monsters and 75% physical damage to small monsters. That means we only deal 100% damage to large monsters. And at this level, if you check Osiris at the Academy Handbook, monsters, and then let's check Osiris. Here, if you check him, he is considered a medium type monster. So if you have maxed Weapon Perfection, you will now deal 100% damage to monsters regardless of size. Next, I have placed 10 on Cart Blitz, which is another one of my favorite skills. Now, if you check this one, it has a total cooldown of 48 seconds. That's 40 for variable cooldown and 8 seconds for fixed cooldown. So I've just maxed it because I want to ensure that the damage that I receive is decreased by 30%. Next, I've placed 5 points on Savage Slash because my variable cooldown is also equal to 0 on this one, and Hammerfall. So those are my only skills. Now, how do you know when to how much skill points to put in one skill? So let's practice it with Hammerfall. So as you can see, as I try to increase the skill level, the variable cooldown changes. And at this point, with my haste, I can only use this at level 5. So I'm just gonna put it at level 5. I'm not gonna force it to level 6 because I can't do that yet. So I put it at 5, and then I can just allocate the remaining 2 skill points later on to any of my skills when my haste goes up. Now, if you're wondering, I'm already using my attack talisman, and I know haste is a very big problem with most skill type users. So if you're wondering when did I switch to the attack talisman from using a haste talisman, I actually switched to it when my haste is already at 700 when I removed my haste talisman. So right now my haste is at 1000 with final haste at 8%. And if I farm my character, let me just show you quickly. Okay, here. As you can see, I can just instantly farm and use all my skills unlimitedly. Almost, there's no cooldown, there's no waiting time except for the respawn time of the mob. Now for auto settings, I have placed everything on auto, and I placed my buffs first because I placed my setting at skill list order. So I want to do my buffs first, my crazy uproar, my attack speed buff. Then I have to ensure that I cast Midas touch first, because you have to let's go back to Midas touch. In order for you to earn more Zenny when killing mobs, you have to be able to cast Midas touch on the mob before it dies so that you earn more Zenny. So that's the rule. So make sure you cast that first, and then you can cast all the other skills. So I have not put card hurl on auto, and I have not used card blitz on auto because I don't use that for farming. So on instances, this is also my setting, and that's pretty much it. Thank you guys for watching my video. I hope you learned something new, and again, if you have questions, I'm more than willing to answer them. If I don't answer them right away, it's just that I'm very busy. I'm sure a lot of you have questions, and I've been trying to backtrack on a lot of them, so stay tuned for my next video. See you, bye.